Okay, today's October 24th, 2025. I'm going to start part 2 of my mechanical rebuild on my KZ900. I'm going to pull the cams out today, and I'm going to pull the head off, and it's going to go up to fast by gas. And I talked to Patrick this morning up there, and I'm going to send him the head, and we're going to, because it's going to need valve guides, not guides, but seals. I mean, it's 50 years old. I mean, it's been babied its whole life, and it's only got like 8,000 miles on it, but still, they're rubber. And so we'll put new valve seals. I'll have Paul do just a normal valve job on it, and I'll see what else he thinks, and check everything out. And then while I got it that far, I'll pull the cylinders off, and then I'll put a set of rings on it. I'm sure everything's going to look good in there. If it doesn't, I'll deal with it. But I'll put a new set of rings on it, and then we'll put it all back together. So, and then I'm going to go down and I'm going to pull the oil pan off, and we'll take a look at the bottom end and pull the oil pump out, pull that apart, make sure everything's good there. And then I'm going to pull the clutch off, pull the clutch out of it, and that's going to get replaced. I'm sure it's not worn much, but like I said, it's 50 years old. So I'm going to go through all of that, and then probably going to take a while for the head to come back and all. So I'm going to make this a short segment here, the part 2, and then once I get the head back, and then I'll do part 3, and that'll mean putting the cylinders back on, the rings, and the top end, and new cam chain tensioner blocks and everything that it needs, new clutch, and then I'll put the oil pan back on. So, but yeah, that's what I want to do. And when you bought these bikes new back, I mean, I had one. I mean, and I had a couple of them, all different kinds. When you bought these bikes new back in the early mid-70s, you take them out and you rode them all over. And you can still do that today if you don't cheap out on the parts, and if you go through everything that age is affected or wear. And so that's what I'm going to do, and because I want to make this just like my incredibly awesome H2 here. Did this 2.5 years ago, and it sat in the garage for 36 years. And I brought it home, and I pulled it all apart. Crank went out to Dave Singleton, and he did the crank, and then I did everything else. Put a lot of money in it. Rebuilt the oil pump, wheel bearings, everything, wheels screwed, and I got over 5,200 miles on it now without a single problem. It's a daily rider for me. I mean, I don't kill it, but I mean, I've had it on 200-mile days, but I ride it every week, and it rides just, keep it under 60 miles an hour. It rides just like a modern bike, as far as the way it runs. I mean, obviously it shakes, and it's like riding a T-Rex. But so, but yeah, the only thing I had an issue with is the little knob came off, vibrated off the steering dampener. 5,200 miles, and at 5,000 miles I put a new set of plugs in it. Didn't really need them, but I put them in. So they just run if you take care of them and do them right, but there's a lot to go through. And so yeah, everything, steering head bearings, new fork spring seals, there's so much, but I like doing it. And once you do all of that, I mean, it runs like a bike from the mid-70s. And obviously I got modern bikes, so there is a big difference. So I want to do that with this, especially with the condition this is in. Okay, I got the clutch cover off here. Boys, everything looked good in there. We're going to pull it out and take a look. But look at that. Look how clean everything is. Awesome. Okay, I got the clutch plates out of it now, and you can see the clutch baskets. Everything is perfect. Really nice. You can see the clutch really doesn't, the plates aren't blue. Now I'm going to change all of that. Okay, I got the head and the cylinders off, and everything looks good inside. The pistons and the head, it was running really rich. There was obviously a problem with the carburetors, so, which is typical. So but anyway, everything looks good inside, and we'll take a quick look at the head, and then everything's going to go up to fast by gas, and let him do his magic on it. And the cylinders look really good too. inside, and I'm going to clean up the outside, and Paul can do the head. Okay, I got the oil pan off, and you can see it here. There's no metal in it. And I remember when we raced back in the day, the oil light would come on when you launched hard. And I think it was RC Engineering. They put a trap door here, so when you launched, it would close to keep the oil up in the front. That's where the oil pump pickup is. So this I'm not racing, although it'll be at the track once. So we're gonna take a look underneath. It looks incredible. Like I said, sat for 5 years, but I can only see the bottom of the number 1 or the number 4 cylinder, the piston, and it looks, man, there's no yellowing. I'm going to pull the oil pump off now, and we'll pull it apart, and we'll check the gears inside. I'm sure they're okay. We'll put a new gasket on it, and I was going to put a new screen. I might not even do that. I mean, that looks so good. And the transmission, boy, does this bring back memories. Knocked 2 first gears out of mine. Motor out by myself, one time with a broken hand, and I think that's first gear over there or here, and split the cases, put it all back together, but everything looks good. So all right, get the oil pump off now. Okay, I got the oil pan off, and it's in here. I gotta get the parts washer. Actually, this is my parts washer. Stiff brush and a few brushes and a half gallon of gas. So I'll get that all cleaned up. And then we got to take a look at the oil pump here. I took it apart. I didn't expect to find anything wrong, but seeing is believing. And you can see everything looks good. And that's a gear driven pump. It's pretty simple. It just sucks the oil in and pumps it around, pushes it out. I think they ran on 2 to 3 pounds oil pressure. It's an all ball bearing motor. So new gasket. Probably going to leave that screen alone. And alrighty, I'm going to include this in part 2. It's actually part of the gas tank, but I didn't have that cheap petcock to put on to get the old one off because I got fuel in it. So that came in. So this is the gas cap, and look how many parts there are to it. And this is how it vents. There's a little vent hole right in here, and you can see down the bottom, and it's all dirty. This gasket is all cracked. And then it vents through this little hole here. You can see all of this needs to be cleaned up. I got a new gasket, and then all these springs have got to go back in for the locks. And then the petcock, this is the original one, so this is going to get all cleaned up, and you can see it's all really dirty. So I get that all, run that through the sonic cleaner, all these little parts. This is what the gasket looks like after 50 years of being in fuel. So I got a rebuild kit for it, and I'll get it all back together. Then I'll put it back on the tank, and then that's all of that'll be done. I ended up buying a sonic cleaner to do the carburetors and the other parts, and that make life a little easier. So I got the petcock, and this is how it comes out. It was just, you've seen how it was when I took it off the tank. It was just plugged. So that is super clean now. And then what I'm going to do is just bring it over, put it on the wire wheel here. And once I do that, it'll look like this. I mean, it looks beautiful. And then I'll reassemble it all, do all of this. I'll buff all of this and put it all back together. And here's the rebuilding kit for it. And then that'll go back on the tank. And then all right, this is what it looks like now. The petcock's all done. This was one off of a different bike, but this one actually looked the same or even worse. So I got it all done. It's all cleaned up. New strainers on it. It's all new O-rings, gaskets inside. And look at that. Looks just like downtown. And this last strainer here, I'll change when I take that Chinese one out of there. That has a new one on it. So, all right, and the fuel cap is all apart. I ran that all through the sonic cleaner. That all came out really good. Probably make a new gasket here. You can't buy one. So what you can't buy, you make. And got a new rubber seal. So I'll figure out how the lock goes back together. And then that's done. That'll go back on the tank. And then it'll be this mess. The carburetor's next. And I got everything moved inside now. The bike's upstairs for the winter to work on, to put back together. And I got everything organized down here. And so it'll be a good place to work. I got lots of stuff to do. I got parts under there. And for years, I used this old washing machine motor that we found in a junkyard. And I found that cord in a dumpster at a job site. And that's what we used to buff with. I just put a new wheel on it, but you had to keep changing it. So I broke down. It's a Chinese setup from Harbor Freight, but I haven't been down there in a long time. But their stuff looks better now. And for what I'm going to use it for, that's going to be perfect. So I got that set up. I got my bench is set up here. I got my cylinders to clean yet, and I improved the lighting a little bit. I ended up going with some LEDs. I think 10,000 lumens was probably a little much. So, and they don't really come with the end caps or side panels or whatever you want to call them anymore. So I made my own. And so that's going to make life a lot easier here to work on. And then I got one set up over here. So I'm good to go. Do my work down here, and then I'll work on the bike upstairs, and we'll get the KZ back together. And I can't wait to get the H2 and the KZ 900 back on the road.